gets 6-7 shots a game. So I love KJ. And, you know, you get fifth-year seniors now. They've got a little maturity about them, and they don't have the ego that gets in the way of allowing themselves to be successful.
And a tough test right now is the Aztecs, who had an 8-point lead in the first half, trailing Utah State by 8. But you knew the Aggies were going to bring their best effort, even with all of the hubbub around Kawhi for this night.
They got all these guys back, Carter, from last year. They were by far the best team in the league last year. I think Merrill has been hurt some, and so has the big guy. So, you know, they're a really good basketball team. This is an NCAA tournament team we're playing tonight.
Yeah, terrific team. But with Kawhi, I mean, he plays defense, offense, whatever it takes to win. Is that the biggest thing with him, Steve, besides his great talent?
I think so, Pete. I think, you know, I heard him talk about, you know, when he got his first triple-double, I think. He said, I don't play the game for stats. I play the game to win. And he's won at every level. He won a high school state championship. He came in here and did things that had never been done before. 2 NBA championships. He is a special player.
Fagan, who said he was going to elevate his game in tribute to Kawhi Leonard, steps out for a 3. Bring it back to 43-37. My favorite stat from Kawhi Leonard's career, freshman year as an Aztec, 20% from three-point. In the NBA, he is a 38% career three-point shooter. I mean, just totally elevating his game from the time that he set foot here on campus at San Diego State.
And everybody wants to take credit for it. The guy that gets credit for it is sitting right at courtside, Kawhi Leonard. I mean, he worked and worked to perfect that perimeter shot.
Well, I know it's a tremendous tribute to you to not only have Kawhi here, but have the Clippers here, and to have the eyes of college basketball focused on Viejas Arena. And we always enjoy seeing you and Angie and Mark and Jonathan in Austin, Texas. But yeah, here's Kawhi Leonard, and I know it's a special tribute to what you and your staff and what everyone around San Diego State basketball was able to build, to have that honor of the Clippers here for Kawhi Leonard's jersey retirement. What a terrific honor for this program.
It was really neat to see that Doc and her whole staff wanted to be here tonight after they played a game this afternoon.
Right, exactly.
So that was special also. And I say that says a lot about Kawhi too.
A big credit to Steve Ballmer for bringing the Clippers and bringing the plane as well.
No question.
How about Kawhi's defense? Was it a tough thing to get him to play the excellent defense you have, or he just did that, you know, just took the coaching right away?
Automatically, what can I do to help? He's a guy, you know, like Fagan. He could guard any spot on the floor, and he guarded it with some toughness and with some zeal, and took great pride in his defense.
The sellout crowd at Viejas trying to get behind these Aztecs defensively. Merrill turns the corner, dumps it off. Bean in tight. Wetzel has the rebound and a foul on the Aggies. It's on Keita.
Good job, Fagan trying to dissuade him. Yanni Wetzel. You're right, Steve. He's got to get going in this game.
Yes.
He's only got 2 points, so he's got to get going. I like to see him turn and face and attack a little bit. Did Kawhi each year get better, work on his game, a little something different when he was with you for the 2 years?
Absolutely, positively. He was a consummate professional in terms of perfectionist. He wanted to be perfect in everything he did, and he continued to work to do the little things that made him the kind of player that he is.
Cheering on Yanni Wetzel now as the Aztecs try to come back.
I'll call a timeout now if I'm the Aggies.
Keita banging with Wetzel in tight. Yeah. Double comes. There's a good find from Keita to Justin Bean.
Shackle's got to rotate down, right? When you double, you got to get some help on the weak side.
Yes, you're right.
It looks like Kawhi keeps the emotions in, Steve, right? Is he, you know, it's burning there. Does he get fired up at all when you coach him? Did he too much, or is it just that burning?
Kawhi is a man of few words, Pete. But when he steps between the lines, he allows his game to speak for him. I mean, he plays with what coaches like, controlled emotion.
Yep.
Travel called on Yanni Wetzel, drawing the ire of the Aztecs. It is getting hot between the Aggies and the Aztecs.
Very physical.
Travel Coach Fisher, always a pleasure to visit with you. Congratulations on a wonderful night.
Thank you, Carter.
Thanks, Steve.
Pete.
Great being with you.
Thanks for being with us.
You're
We
a part of
appreciate
this.
you guys.
You're a big part of this. You got it going. You and Kawhi.
And now the Aztecs will try and come back on the Aggies. Among those at the packed Viejas Arena for Kawhi Leonard's jersey retirement, Clippers head coach Doc Rivers, who moments ago spoke with John Schriffen.
Doc, you just saw Kawhi Leonard's jersey retired. What was the ceremony like for you?
It was awesome. First of all, this place is awesome. I've never been here to a home game, and this is a great arena, great fan base. Seeing the highlights of Kawhi when he was young, you can see where it all came from, and the fans were great. And seeing Coach Fisher, Coach Fisher recruited me at Michigan. If that was a long time ago. You wasn't born yet, probably.
It's all right. It's a few years ago, just a few.
A few years ago, for sure.
Now, you guys won earlier on the court, and then the entire team made the trip. What was it like having the entire Clippers come down?
This is a great group. You didn't have to ask. We told them Kawhi is getting his jersey retired. We'll have a plane for you, and it's optional. Everybody gets on. That's the type of group he has.
Kawhi Leonard, we know what kind of a player he is on the court. Off the court, is there something we don't see? Is there something we don't know that he adds to the Clippers?
It's leadership. I think it goes unnoticed. People think he doesn't talk, but he does. And he also does everything so hard. The example he sets, everyone follows. And it's been great for our team.
Doc, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care.
Now, meanwhile, on the floor, there's nothing that Kawhi Leonard would love more than to see his Aztecs come back against these tough Utah State Aggies, who again have won 3 straight since the loss on the road at Boise State. The Aggies, who were the preseason pick to win the Mountain West, they won the regular season and conference tournament last year. And Bean and the Aggies have shown up here. There's a foul, and that is on Keita, and it will be his second foul. So Neemias Keita has 2 fouls in the first 5 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, right now the Aztecs are chipping away, down 8.5, cut it to 6, and I think they're getting pretty good looks inside. Once again, you got to get Yanni Wetzel going. Tough matchup with Keita with his physicality, and the refs letting a lot go.
Although it is just February 1, you already look at what this means for March as Mitchell hits the 3. Matt Mitchell, the junior from Riverside, brings the Aztecs within 3.
Shoots 37% from downtown. Really improved, having an excellent junior season.
From Kawhi's hometown, Riverside, California.
Fagan, lockdown guy against one of the best players in the conference.
Merrill misses the 3, boarded by Shackle. Flynn finds a trailing Shackle.
That was from San Jose, that shot, way downtown.
Merrill 11 points on 3 of 8 shooting. Miller turns the corner, push shot. Brock Miller continues his hot play.
Playing very well.
Sophomore.
Yep, playing great.
8 in the game for Miller. Right when the Aztecs had a chance to tie it, Aggies come back with another big bucket. Mitchell tries a deep 3, right over Justin Bean. Mitchell had 19 points in the Aztecs win in Logan. 12 in this one. Taken away on the baseline. Flynn gets the steal off the look from Bean.
Mitchell's feeling it.
Now he's feeling it even more. What it do, Matt Mitchell. Aztecs on top. With Viejas rocking, San Diego State back up by 1. When we're done with this rockin' scene at Viejas Arena, Inside College Basketball is next. A full recap of the day in college basketball. 1, 2, and 3, the 3 teams ahead of San Diego State, all get tests today, including Gonzaga, the other contender for the #1 seed in the West. Well, Matt Mitchell, the junior from Riverside Roosevelt High School, played great. Matchup #1 against the Aggies, playing tough, in tight, and from behind the arc tonight against Utah State.
Knocking him down, 3 for 4 from downtown. He's feeling it. He's 37% from downtown. Doing a great job. Leading scorer in the game right now, Matt Mitchell.
11 second half points. Well, Utah State led by 10 early in this second half. The Aztecs had an 8-point lead early, and the Aggies have had a tendency to make games high drama this year. Wetzel gets a steal. It is Yanni.
It's a defense. That's what they hang their hat on. Aztecs. 4th in the country in points allowed.
8 straight for the Aztecs. Brito lost it on the way up. Here goes defense to offense again. Mitchell with a head of steam. Rolls out, but 2 free throws coming for Matt Mitchell. And Pete, this is the recipe for the Aztecs. It begins with D.
Defense, that's what they hang their hat on. That's what they do best. 4th in the country in points allowed. Wetzel with a steal. Going coast to coast. 6'10" from New Zealand. Throwing it home. Yanni. Offense not going great. Defense is there. Matt Mitchell, another steal.
San Diego State has trailed for 12 minutes tonight. This is the longest they have trailed in any game. Prior to this, it was trailing for 9 minutes, 51 seconds at Fresno State. So the Aggies, long way to go from being the first to defeat San Diego State this season, but they have led the Aztecs longer than any team has in a game this year.
Carter's because of 3-point shooting. First half, they were 7 for 10, 70% with 3-point shooting for Utah State. Second half, 0 for 3. Not making them right now. And right now, Utah State's 5 for 10 from downtown. So the 3-point shooting has been a big part of this game. Who's leading?
Aztecs came from 16 down to beat Iowa in Las Vegas with a huge second half from Malachi Flynn. Queta met at the rim. Mitchell bumped him, and a foul is called. Queta goes down. And for Queta, who has suffered 2 different knee injuries since last summer, any tumble like that is scary.
Very scary. Abel Porter with a nice pass. Yeah. Mitchell with the foul. He's going for the ball.
Foul was called on Mitchell, his second. Merrill lets it fly. Boy, that's a tough one. Off the bounce, Sam Merrill hits the jumper.
Tremendous player. MVP of the Mountain West last year, preseason MVP this year. Tremendous player.
Into Wetzel. Queta defending. Wetzel with a good find. Fagan in the paint. Now he needs help. Still 10 to shoot.
I think he can drive when Bairstow is too quick for him.
Fagan in the paint. Fagan crosses over, finds Wetzel. Blocked by Queta at the rim. Wetzel hits the deck. Shot clock violation is the call. So the Aggies D'ing it up. Aztecs fight back. It's a 2-point game. Take this show to Logan, Utah for the Runnin' Rebels at Utah State against the Aggies. The Runnin' Rebels, who have lost 3 straight, 10 o'clock Eastern time on Wednesday night. Now, when you think about how far San Diego State could take it, so these are the last 6 teams who have entered the NCAA tournament undefeated. 1991, remember the epic semifinal against Duke, and then the Blue Devils win their first title. And, of course, the Aztecs will try to keep it rolling all the way through and challenge that 76 Indiana team as undefeated. That's a long way from here.
Long way to go. Long way to go. Yeah, once again, different results from different teams, but the Hoosier did it, and Aztecs, you never know. But Brian Dutcher, what a job he's done. It's tough to follow a legend, Carter. You know, and Steve Fisher was certainly a legend, right? Following him as a big shadow.
Minnesota grad Brian Dutcher against the University of North Dakota grad Craig Smith.
Trying to go inside, trying to get Yanni Wetzel in foul trouble. I would double it. If he goes inside, I would double him. You don't want to get Yanni in foul trouble.
7 to shoot. Keita comes to screen from Merrill. Merrill shot fake and a good one, and then he hits a tough 2.
How good is he? Huh? You can't speed him up. He just keeps under control.
16 now from Merrill on 5 of 10 shooting. That's much better shooting numbers than the last few meetings with San Diego State.
Keep going to Mitchell now. He can go by Miller.
Ooh, Mitchell does in the paint. Draws the held deep. Blocking foul is called. In the restricted area, that was the call.
Yep.
Kawhi cool as ever.
Doesn't say a lot. All he does is win.
Merrill's first personal. And now 5 team fouls. Team now for Mitchell in this one. 19 in the January 4 win in Logan. Aggies, the last team to beat the Aztecs. The San Diego State team that didn't go to the postseason last year. Here they are, 22-0. The nation's only undefeated, ranked number 4, and getting one of their toughest tests of the season.
For sure. Gotta watch Malachi Flynn now. He can pick Porter's pocket.
Taken away, Mitchell bumps it from Porter, and then Porter compounds it with a foul. Mitchell jumped on that pass to Neemias Queta at the high post.
Yep. Nice job. He came off the ball. Wasn't his man. Came from that weak corner. Nice steal. Porter with the foul.
Third personal on Abel Porter.
6 fouls now for Utah State. Could be a big key, Carter, with about 10:40 to go. From San Diego State, keep attacking the paint.
And key for Utah State, 17 wins. They've been terrific in winning the free throw battle. 3rd most made free throws in the nation.
Yep, it's a great stat. As you know, Carter, they make more than their opponents take. So it's a great stat when you can do that.
They're 3rd in the nation. Miller misses the 3. New Mexico's actually 2nd in the nation. They're 3rd in the nation, 2nd in the league in made free throws.
Amazing.
Fagan cut off by Queta. Step back. Wetzel has the board and draws a foul. Hard foul. Merrill, that is Merrill's 2nd personal. Little tap there for Yanni Wetzel after the foul is given.
Yeah. Dutcher wanted a flagrant foul. Missed shot. He goes up. It's close. Got to take a look at it anyway if I'm official. Tommy Nunez, Eric, I would look at it.
Eric Curry, Nate Harris, Tommy Nunez. So,
yep, Brian Dutcher.
Arguing to take a look at this. We got a foul called on Sam Merrill, and we're checking to see if this is flagrant 1 or potentially. I mean, if it's anything, it would be flagrant 1 at this point.
Right.
That appears to be, well, we'll see.
I think it's a good hard foul, Carter. I don't think he didn't wrap and tackle. He could go either way, but I'd say a good hard foul. Just free throws, not a flagrant.
So, avoidable, unnecessary. 2 shots, ball to the offended team. If it rises to flagrant 2, it's ejection, and you can see the body language from Tommy there. They take a look and go with a common foul, and would be the 2nd on Merrill. We'll see if... And again, we'll...
He said, Tommy Nunez, tremendous official, said, we're looking to see if they made a play on the ball. It's close.
Okay. Common foul. 2nd on Sam Merrill, nothing flagrant there. Right. And 2 shots coming.
Yep. I think it's a good call.
Right.
It wasn't flagrant. He didn't wrap his arm, like tackle him. He went for the ball. He was behind him. He couldn't.
Now, you can understand why Brian Dutcher makes that argument at this point if you're talking about 2 shots and the ball.
No question,
because if it's flagrant 1, that means you get the ball and a chance to double up. But common foul, all good. And again, Eric Curry coming over to explain that as well. So
yeah, no.
Good hard foul and
exactly
common foul.
And I could see Brian Dutcher, question it for sure, as you say. No question. So it was a close call, but the right call. We got a great crew here.
But as you pointed out moments ago, Pete, now that is team foul number 7 on Utah State, 10:06. That's early for San Diego State to be in the bonus.
So as a coach, you tell your players, you got a wide open 3, you can take it, but let's drive the ball. Let's get in the paint. Let's get to the free throw line. Right now, they shoot very well from the line, Aztecs, about 75% for the season. So make the free throws. You want to get there.
When Pete Gillen asked Yanni Wetzel, how far can this team go? Yanni said, no ceiling, sir. Turned into a hashtag around San Diego State's campus, and Yanni Wetzel hits them both. The Aztecs 10 of 11 from the free throw line. Wetzel threatening for another double-double.
Stop Sam Merrill now. He's the guy.
Into Keita, and a foul call. That's on Yanni Wetzel. That is his 3rd personal foul. Getting tangled up with Keita. And you heard, Steve Fisher told us we cannot have Yanni in foul trouble. There's his 3rd, but he's staying in the game.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. I like to double Keita every time he gets it, though. Got to keep Yanni in the game. Without Nathan Mensah, who's been out, he's their regular starting center. Yanni's got to do yeoman work.
Wetzel has the rebound. That's now 8 rebounds for Wetzel. Pulliam trying to get to the hot hand. It's Yanni who has the hot hand from outside. His triple gives the Aztecs a 7-point lead.
He's got terrific form. He should shoot more of them. Yanni Ice from New Zealand.
7 straight for the Aztecs. Miller, floater, rolls in.
Rim was kind on that one. That was a prayer. Big hoop for the Aggies.
So Wetzel gets his 3rd. Brian Dutcher leaves him in the game. He gets a rebound and hits a 3. Flynn poked away. Keita comes up with it. Merrill runs the Aggies. On the bounce, attacking. Justin Bean through contact. Play on, but he finishes. And talk about a tough response from Utah State.
1 possession game. That time Yanni was there. Didn't want to commit that 4th foul. It's straight up. I'd swing the ball, get the ball to Matt Mitchell. I think he can drive on Bean.
Fagan penetrates on Bairstow. And now here's Mitchell. On Bairstow again, they switch out, 5 to shoot. Mitchell wants to take Bairstow. And does!
Mitchell's feeling it, Carter. He's got a big, big heart. These are 2 NCAA tournament teams. And San Diego State for sure, but Utah State belongs in the big dance. No matter what happens tonight.
Mitchell 21. Bean cut off. Finds Bairstow off the shot fake. Bairstow down the baseline. Goes up with the left. Knocked away by Wetzel.
He got hit. There's a foul.
Pulliam cut off. Mitchell eyes it. And buries it. With Kawhi grinning. His Riverside buddy Matt Mitchell leading the Aztecs from 10 down to an 8-point edge. The show with Matt Mitchell putting on a show. 24 in the game. This week in college basketball is teaming up with Autism Speaks to raise awareness for autism, which affects 1 in 59 children in the United States. In honor of this great initiative, coaches, broadcasters, and officials are wearing blue Autism Speaks puzzle piece pins. To learn more, visit autismspeaks.org/coaches or text Autism Hoops to 44321 to donate. San Diego State ranked number 4 in the country. Let's take a look at our AP poll, brought to you by Jeep. The top 3 teams in college basketball, Baylor, Gonzaga, and Kansas, all get tests today, including the Bulldogs. Without Killian Tilly, we saw him on Thursday night, Pete, at Santa Clara, and San Francisco nearly pulled off the stunner, while Dayton just keeps on rolling. Obi Toppin is electric to watch.
Yeah, Obi Toppin's a lottery pick, a tremendous player. And my old school Xavier had a big upset over Seton Hall on the road.
Sam Merrill 16 on 5 of 10 shooting, but Matt Mitchell has his season high. He scored 19 in the first meeting, 24 so far in this one. So that is 43 points in 2 games against the Aggies so far for Matt Mitchell.
But a great game. Right now, San Diego State's red hot from downtown, Carter. 7 for 13, 53% in the second half from 3.
Bean, blocked by Wetzel in tight. Second chance for the Aggies. Miller turns around. I think he may have thought the shot clock had less time on it than it did, because he put that one up too quick, and he's already saying, my fault, shouldn't have shot that. Out of bounds to San Diego State.
Yanni with a great block on Justin Bean. Right now, Utah State 1 for 6 from downtown in second half, Carter. 17%. First half was 70%.
A reminder that Utah State led this game by 10 early in the second half, and then the Aztecs have dominated since. Pulliam in tight. Bean pulls it. Keita will check back in for the Aggies on the next chance. Into the post for Justin Bean, banging with Matt Mitchell.
Mitchell's got to take over. He's got to shoot it.
Merrill takes it short. Wetzel runs it down. 9th rebound for Yanni. Mitchell banging with Bean again. Matt Mitchell all the way to the rim. 26 in the game. From down 10 in the second half, San Diego State leads it by 10.
Mitchell from all over, Carter. 3-point land, attacking, mid-range. Put on a clinic on offense.
Bean off the bounce. Mitchell cuts him off. Miller on Pulliam. Long rebound. Miller tracks it down. Now Miller in tight, draws a foul. If it's on Wetzel, that is his 4th.
Yeah. No
and
box out. Carter by Pulliam. You got to screen out.
He got number 3 at the 9:50 mark. His 4th at the 5:39 mark.
Went straight up. Could have gone either way.
And with Keita coming back in, Wetzel for now stays in the game, and sure enough, it'll be Joe Mintz. I mean, Brian Dutcher really does not want to take Yanni Wetzel out of the game at this point, especially with Keita coming back. But 4 fouls, even a heady big man have to come out at this point.
No question, Carter. 5:39 is an eternity. They're up 9, could be 8 points. They got a little cushion. If they cut it to 4 or 3, get Yanni back in the game. And
well, Matt Mitchell's getting anything he wants right now.
Really good off the bounce. Too quick for Bean, too strong for Bean. Finish in the paint.
Now Mitchell, who much publicized, lost a lot of weight, 20, 25, 28, depending on who you ask how many pounds, but indicative of the focus he's come back with for his junior year. He has elevated his game.
Different player. He's a good player last year. He's an elite player this season. A little zone press by Utah State. 2-2-1 zone back to a 2-3 zone. They're doing that because the points in the paint right now for San Diego State have been great. Driving, so I want to stop that.
Flynn fires late in the shot clock. So the first possession of the zone look from the Aggies, they get a stop.
Yep. Mitchell hasn't had a shot in a while, Carter, so he was not really in his rhythm. Big possession offensively now for the Aggies.
Keita dribble handoff. This is Brito. Long rebound for Adam Seiko. You like switching defenses, Pete?
I do, because you make a team think. The more a team thinks, the slower their feet get. They start getting a little hesitant. I like it. See what happens this possession.
Flynn fires again and hits this time. Fearless Malachi Flynn.
Shot a brick last time, Carter. No matter. He's got confidence. He's got swagger. He's got courage. He's got game.
Foul in the post. That's Joel Mensah defending Keita.
Nice penetration by Fagan. Get off him. Way downtown. Malachi. Tremendous three-point shooter. Tremendous player.
Foul on Mensah, just the 6th team foul on San Diego State. So on the floor, baseline inbounds for Utah State.
And look for Merrill now for a jump shot off a screen.
Trouble getting it in. Toss it into that guy. And now Keita whips it around. Bairstow. Aggies needed that three.
Yeah, good look. Plenty of time. Again, he's not the best three-point shooter. You had to take that.
Only one made three in the second half. That's allowed the Aztecs to build their largest lead at 11.
First half, they were 7 for 10. So a tale of two halves from downtown.
Glenn pull up. Mensah keeps it alive. He went over the back, and that is his second foul. 3:54 to go. Can San Diego State close out Utah State to make it 23-0? Kawhi Leonard, girlfriend Kashil had Kalia and Kawhi the second in the house here tonight. They're looking at the numbers with the Aztecs up by 11, and I'm sure they would love to revisit Pete Gillen's keys to the game.
Utah State pound the boards. No, they beat teams usually by 9 rebounds. They're -2. Bench to the rescue. Not by much. 6-2. Slight edge for Utah State. Slow down Sam Merrill. No, they haven't. All right, he's got 18 a game. He's got 16 now. Born to run. San Diego State, yes, they are born to run. 19 fast break points is big time for the Aztecs.
Matt Mitchell's on a runaway American dream as we take a look at tonight's Gatorade Fuel to Win performance of the night. Matt Mitchell, a season high. I mean, he is making a career right now playing against Utah State.
22 points in the second half. He's on fire. Shooting from downtown. Look at it. Emotion. He cries when he sees Law and Order reruns, Scott. He's a very emotional guy.
He's guarding your dreams and visions as well, Matt Mitchell. I mean, he's playing defense as well. I mean, this is a two-way effort. And again,
look at this. First half, second half 22.
Yeah, with Kawhi Leonard from Riverside and Matt Mitchell, Riverside, different high schools. MLK High School, Kawhi, Roosevelt High School, Matt Mitchell. But you know that Matt wanted to do a little showing off with Kawhi in the building.
No question.
Boarded by Mensah off the free throw miss from Neemias Queta. And Utah State, who led by 10 early in the second half, this is their largest deficit of the night.
Keep Yanni Wentzel on the bench now. You're up 11. I'd wait to maybe the under 3, and then I'd get him back in. Got a little bit of cushion now. San Diego State.
7 to shoot. Fagan takes it. Into the hands of Brito.
Got to push it now, Aggies. Drive the ball. Let's have a wide open 3.
Miller takes the 3 and makes it on the wing. Brock Miller.
Big time shot for Miller. Having a terrific game.
Aggies want to show a little pressure in the backcourt now. Fagan gets right past Bairstow and creates. Step in Seiko. Adam Seiko gets into the act, nailing the 3.
As a coach, I'm saying, no, we got to run the clock. Yes, when it goes in.
Brito, Mensah commits the foul and 1. Third personal on Joel Mensah, but Brito able to get a quick 2 and a chance at 3.
Nice penetration by Fagan. Plenty of time. Seiko raised up. Diego Brito is a terrific player. Comes off the bench. Attacks the basket. He goes by Malachi Flynn. Nice finish. Chance for a 3-point play.
Well, again, Utah State has been in some dramatic games this year, including at St. Mary's. Game that had 23 lead changes before St. Mary's pulled away in that one. They came from behind to beat LSU in Jamaica, beat North Texas in a game that Merrill left and came back, and then, of course, 14 points. I mean, Craig Smith just loves it when we bring up the Boise State game, but 14 points, 4 minutes to go. Boise State came back and won that one in overtime. So the Aggies are capable of dramatic finishes. That's for sure.
No question. Queta fouled out of the Boise State game, and that was a big
it was.
Negative for the Aggies with about 4 minutes to go.
So Steve Fisher with wife Angie hoping to make it an even more momentous night here as Kawhi Leonard's jersey retired, and you take a double-digit come-from-behind win if you're an Aztec fan. Viejas gets quiet for the Matt Mitchell free throw, 75-66. 15 looks good in the jersey, in the rafters. Looks good for Kawhi too.
Unbelievable player. Two-time NBA Finals MVP with San Antonio and with Toronto. Seiko's trying to guard Merrill.
Behind 24 second half points from Matt Mitchell. That's a walk. Mitchell Dean it up now. Bairstow travels and the Aztecs get it back with 2.5. Fagan comes to get it in the backcourt. Getting close to desperation time now for Utah State.
Good matchup. Mitchell's too quick for Brito. He's got to take care of the rock, though.
Mitchell runs it down right in front of Brian Dutcher. Wants a timeout. Mitchell doesn't call the timeout. 6 to shoot. Play on. Into the hands of Seiko. Deep three. Seiko. Merrill pulls it. And so 2 minutes. Aggies still have hope. Brito finds Miller. Second chance, Flynn. Bairstow kept it alive, but Malachi Flynn comes away with the ball. Fagan gets it across. Fagan in tight, fouled by Merrill. And KJ Fagan will head to the free throw line. And Viejas is starting to feel it. Fagan gets his first. When we talk about the spirit of San Diego State basketball, Mark Fisher, assistant to Brian Dutcher, assistant to his dad, Steve, 9 years with ALS. And it is our pleasure to visit with Mark about basketball and about life every chance we get it. And we talk about the fighting spirit of San Diego State basketball. And Mark Fisher very much envisions and lives that on a daily basis. Huge round of applause for Kawhi Leonard. He exits with the Aztecs up by 11.
Great night for Kawhi, his family, the Clippers, and the Aztecs are close.
Aztec basketball closing in on 23-0, 12-0 in the Mountain West. They missed the postseason last year, unranked at the beginning of the season. It was Utah State. It was the unanimous pick to win the Mountain West Conference for a second straight year. And yet now here the Aztecs with Mitchell. Would have been an exclamation point. May have another chance. Foul called, loose ball foul on Brock Miller. So this was a very difficult stretch for San Diego State at UNLV, at New Mexico, home versus Utah State. And you, at that point, say if you get through this schedule and then now look ahead, you wonder where the Aztec loss potentially would come be.
Well, once again, I think there'll be a favorite in every game. At Air Force, Carter, believe it or not, it's going to be dangerous after this gigantic win tonight. That's scary. And also at Nevada. Nevada's undefeated at home in conference games. So anything can happen. I think they'll run the table, but they got some dangerous games.
Well, there's a reason San Diego State #1 in the net. This will push them to 9-0, quad 1, quad 2 wins. This will be their first at home. 8-0 in quad 1, quad 2 games, all away from this electric home atmosphere. in contention for #1 seed in the West. That's where Jerry Palm predicts they will be. And now here's a scary moment as Keita comes up, just non-contact coming back. He is holding the left knee that he has injured twice, and this is very nervous moments. I mean, the Aggies and the Aztecs gather around Neemias Queta now. Sprained left knee in the summer in FIBA competition, and then banged that kneecap December 21st, and you see he just gets tangled. Said non-contact. It looks like Seiko falls into him a bit, Pete.
Yeah, that's what happened. I think Seiko, not on purpose, he just kind of stumbled back, and I think he twisted it. Hopefully it's not too bad.
Well, it's a nice moment of sportsmanship there, not only from the fans, but from the Aztec players coming over to wish Neemias Queta well. And in fact, both training staffs getting together to make sure that Queta gets the best possible attention right now.
Yep.
And if you're the Aggies, you hope that it is not a loss of a basketball game and again of Neemias Queta. So he's missed 12 total this year with those 2 different knee injuries, and now banged again for a 7-footer with NBA potential for sure. So Fagan trying to close it out. Pete, you talk about the Fagan factor. KJ Fagan does whatever it takes for the Aztecs to win. Free throws to ice it late and send San Diego State to 23-0.
Tremendous player, unsung hero, I think, for the Aztecs, and he does what it takes to win. A lot like Kawhi Leonard, not with that talent, but with that same attitude.
Mitchell going to get a foul call there. Looked like he may have gotten a clean block, but that's about the only thing that has not gone Matt Mitchell's way tonight. 24 in the second half.
Amazing. Against an excellent defensive team.
He came off the bench in non-conference, and then when Nathan Mensah went down, Matt Mitchell took over. So it was just his second start of the year on the road at Logan when he had 19 and 7 rebounds versus the Aggies, and he has been in the starting lineup ever since.
Sam Merrill, excellent game tonight. He's had a tremendous career at Utah State. I think they're going to go back to the big dance card. I think they're good enough. They play like they did tonight. I think they're going to go back to the big dance.
Utah State last year, Mountain West Conference title, NCAA tournament for the first time since 2011. A strong NCAA tournament at-large resume. Aggies were up by 10 early in the second half, but San Diego State fights back from down double digits to a 12-point win. 23-0 and still undefeated. The Aztecs believed that they would win on the night where Kawhi Leonard's jersey hangs in the rafters at Viejas Arena, and Matt Mitchell and the Aztecs rally to make it happen. 24 in the second half for the junior Matt Mitchell. Riverside representing tonight at Viejas Arena, and San Diego State, one way or another, Pete, they have found a way to win and win again to get to 23-0.
It's a pure team. Different guys step up at different time. Tonight it was Matt Mitchell's time. Sometimes it's Fagan. Sometimes it's Malachi Flynn. Tremendous team. Yanni's terrific. So these guys can hurt you with a lot of different players. Not superstars like Kawhi Leonard, but terrific players.
And John Schriffen is on Steve Fisher Court with the head coach of the Aztecs, Brian Dutcher.
Coach, congratulations. A huge win. You guys were down by 10 in the second half. What did you tell your guys to be able to mount that comeback?
I just told them at halftime, Utah State's a very good team, and this is going to be good for us. They made 7 threes the first half, and, you know, they've been making 6 a game in the conference. So we had to turn the 3 off, do a better job defensively, and then Matt Mitchell was sensational.
What was it about his game that he was just locked in that second half?
Just confidence, swagger. Matt knows he's good, and when he's feeling it, the whole team knows it. And to our credit, we always put it in the hot hand, and the hot hand was Matt tonight.
You guys just won on the road at UNLV, at New Mexico, and then you beat Utah State here at home. What was that stretch like for you guys?
It was hard. 3 3 games in 7 days. But this team has a lot of grit about it and toughness, and I'm just proud of the way they play.
Coach, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Matt Mitchell, the player of the game. Bro, you are quickly becoming one of my favorite players in the country. Where did that second half come from?
Man, my teammates found me, and I just found holes where I thought I could be aggressive, and I took it, and the ball was going in for me.
Kawhi night. You played in front of Kawhi, in front of all these fans. What was this atmosphere like for you on the court?
Oh, it was crazy. I mean, this is the first game we sold out, but at the same time, it was a special night for Kawhi and a special night for the city and the school as well. And it was a great environment. I'm just happy I was able to show out.
You guys have gone through a really tough stretch in these last 3 games, and being down 10 in the second half to come back, what did you learn about this team tonight?
We have toughness, grit. We showed it on the road. Now we showed it at home for the second time. Just coming back and fighting down and fighting hard to get back. And we have toughness. We have grit. It's a great team.
Still undefeated. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
My man. Nice job.
Do you feel the love? Matt Mitchell carries the Aztecs to 12-0 in Mountain West play. Utah State, 3-game winning streak is done. Still 6-5 in conference, 17 wins on the season. Ryan Dutcher, one of the leading candidates for National Coach of the Year. In his 3rd season as the head coach of the Aztecs, has guided San Diego State to 23-0, 80-68 our final score. For Pete Gill and John Schriff and our entire CBS crew, I'm Carter Blackburn. After the commercial break, we'll send you to New York City for Inside College Basketball with Brent Stover from San Diego, California. Thank you and good night.